Welcome to Wanderlust and Wishes, the podcast where we explore the world one destination at a time.
I'm Julie.
And I'm Krystle.
As travel agents with Fantastical Vacations, we are here to share our passion for travel and help you turn your wanderlust into reality.
From hidden gems to bucket list adventures, join us as we dive into the sights, sounds, and stories of our favorite destinations.
So grab your passport, pack your bags, and let's embark on this journey together. Welcome to episode 20 of Wanderlust and Wishes. Today, we're going to talk about the club level experience at Walt Disney World resorts. We have two very special guests today, Leslie Jenkins and Lindsay Young. They are both fellow Fantastical Vacations agents. And on our trip in June, on our agency trip in June, they stayed at club level, and it was a good time. we wanted to get them on to talk about it because their stories and posts about their stay were hilarious, and we were all very envious basically of their trip. Before we jump into that, I'm going to do a quick blurb on I have a trip coming up. Unfortunately, there is a hurricane coming fast and furious into Orlando, or it will impact Orlando. And hopefully by the time we get down there on Thursday, it won't be an issue and that there will not be significant negative impacts on the area and everybody will be safe and sound. But for now, the plan is to still go. We're still planning to be there. We leave on Thursday morning. We're going to spend a little bit of time in Disney Springs that day. And then we will be in the parks on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Hollywood Studios on Friday. And Epcot/Animal Kingdom on Saturday, and then Magic Kingdom on Sunday, and then we leave on Monday. I had my first experience doing my own Lightning Lane reservations with the new system. I felt like it was very easy. It's not so fun with the hit on your pocketbook because you do see it. The thing we've talked about this before, you see it all added up at the same time instead of it being like little by little, like as you go through your trip and you're paying for it, you realize that it's like, $400 at one point at one time. And it's a little bit like, ugh. But otherwise it was super easy. It was really
I'm excited to see the end day, like the end time, real time availability once you're down.
I am too. I want to see, like, once we use our first Lightning Lane, how much availability we're going to have and if we're able to make additional reservations for anything. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. It is actually celebrating my daughter's 13th birthday. Her birthday was in August, but this was really the first time that we were able to kind of get away. We have a long weekend for their school. So it'll be myself, my mom, my 13-year-old, and my 11-year-old. So it'll be a girls' trip. So excited.
Okay, so today we're going to be talking about club level at Walt Disney World resorts. And club level, basically, they offer upgraded experience with additional perks. So guests staying in these rooms gain access to a private lounge with complimentary food and drinks throughout the day, including breakfast, snacks, evening appetizers with beer, wine, cocktails, soda, juice, and water. Club level also includes personalized concierge services to assist with dining reservations and itinerary planning. And then this experience is available at most deluxe resorts and Coronado Springs, as well as all three Disneyland hotels, just providing an extra layer of luxury. So I'm pulled up a quote for February. 2 adults, 2 children, and was kind of per night. Coronado Springs is running $355, Animal Kingdom Lodge $493, Wilderness Lodge $529, Contemporary $579, Yacht Club $606, Beach Club $608, Boardwalk $633, Polynesian 712, and then the Grand Floridian 770. So just to kind of give you an idea of where they all kind of lie against each other. Let's start. Leslie, do you want to tell us a little about yourself? Maybe a little about your Disney history?
Hi, I'm Leslie Jenkins. I live in Oklahoma. So I became a travel agent with Fantastical Vacations right after COVID. So that was really a fun experience. People had stimulus money and they were excited to travel the world again. And I had a very successful first year because of that. So that kind of led me into my career as a travel agent, word of mouth referrals. I really enjoy what I do. I don't do this to get rich. I do this to help people experience Disney the way that I like to experience Disney. Disney World, as we all know, was one, not an affordable vacation for most families. Some people have to plan accordingly, just keeping it real. But there are ways to make it affordable with our tips and tricks. And this isn't a vacation where you can just show up and be like, okay, we're going to do all the things and not plan ahead. You're not going to eat anywhere that you want to eat, and you're not going to do anything you want to do, more than likely, if you don't plan. So, shout out to the travel agents who hustle all day, every day. I appreciate you guys who have helped me in the past before I was an agent, and we are free. So, utilize us. We wait on the phone while you don't have to, and we're free. I waited on the phone today to help a client for almost 8 hours. So that was 8 hours that a client did not have to take out of their own day. So yeah, I'm excited to be here.
Yay. And I can't believe you waited for 8 hours, but with the impending tornado or hurricane, good for you. And
Thanks.
that's why
Cheers.
you use a travel agent. All right, Lindsay, let's hear from you.
Well, I have only been a travel agent for about a year and a half. So my experience is I am a financial advisor. So I do investments all day. So I needed something for a creative outlet. I needed something that was just a little bit different every single day. And this is definitely, it was a little bit more than I even thought I was biting off to chew. So, but it's fun. And I like to plan vacations for people. I like to plan them for myself. Being a travel agent makes me plan a lot more trips for myself because, we see every promo, every deal. So it's just been a really fun journey. I Fantastical Vacation. I feel sorry for anyone else that works at any other company because I just love it. I love Fantastical Vacations, and I hope all the other agencies are exactly like ours because we're just really team oriented. Yeah, so I mean, this was a really good year. I mean, I had Leslie getting in COVID. That was pretty intense. But mine has been just going with the flow, and all of mine is referrals. I do a little bit of social media, but most of it is just word of mouth. People once people know that there is someone in their corner they can call, it's really easy to get people involved and people traveling. And I like to show people you can do these dream trips. It's not all a bucket list. I mean, there are ways to do any trip that you want to do, you can do it. If you just plan accordingly, if you just save your money, make good choices as far as bookings go, and then do a little extra things to make it special for your family specifically. So that's really what I focus on, is finding those little things on each trip to make them specific for that family instead of just your run of the mill, whatever you found online, whatever email you got promo wise. So I think that's the fun part of it for me.
So I know you guys stayed together. How did you guys meet? In the Facebook group, like we all did?
Like, honestly, I was hit by a tornado, and I live in Oklahoma. Like I said, I was hit by a tornado, and we had a lot of damage and just like a lot of loss in different ways. And I had posted about it just nonchalantly, like trying to count my blessings and find the joy, like in our family, private Facebook group, like how we share things together. And Miss Lindsay, I just reached out and for her concern, and it was just really sweet. So we just kind of bonded since then. And rooming together was the first time we ever met each other face to face. Girl, I loved it. So she's
so
definitely a girl of mine now.
I live in Alabama. We're tornado friendly too. So it was just kind of a easy way to connect together. So
Well, Julie and I we never met in person until we roomed together as well, basically. So I understand.
Doing this podcast and like had not actually met in person. So.
Yeah. All right. So what motivated you guys to choose club level for your stay?
Do you want to speak on that?
Oh yeah, you're the one. She twisted my arm. I'm not sad about it.
I mean, so this was it was a magical thing, right? It was some pixie dust. So we had booked a standard room at Disney's Beach Club Resort. And I happened to just check because the special offer promo for stay longer and save more on rooms had dropped. And I was like, I'm just going to go out there and mess with it and see if we can save some money. Well, my God, it was $10.84 cheaper for whatever reason to do club level.
That's a no-brainer.
Yeah.
So why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And like, it's kind of like having a dining plan with all the perks of the club level, plus your amazing room on a private floor. You have to tap your magic band so that you can get on. Come on, this oasis is waiting and I'm saving $10. Like, why wouldn't you? Right? So
We actually ended up canceling our dining. We had a dining plan and we canceled it and went with this route anyway because it was just a win-win. So
I'm so glad we did too, because we had so much food.
yes.
That's awesome. Okay, so what was your first impression upon entering the lounge? So you check in, you go to your room or whatever, and then you guys go into the lounge the first time. What was that like?
Well, I want to speak on the other perk Club Lounge has is the minivan service that picks you up from MCO Airport.
I forgot about that. Oh.
That blew my mind. Like we booked that the day before, last minute. It's $199 each way, but they picked us up from the MCO. This cute driver, she was so sweet. Her name was Alex. And she had a little sign and she said Leslie and Lindsay at the end of the escalator. She even picked up my luggage and walked us all to the car. Like that's how we started our club level trip.
And she had a whole in the console, she had legit snacks. I mean, like water bottles and chips and like the good candy, you know what I'm saying? Like the bar snacks. Yeah. She had all this stuff if we needed it. And she was like, take it all and you just have it, you'll have it in your room. We were like, I mean, okay. Like
they had like iPads, TVs for kids to watch cartoons. Yeah. It was awesome.
Yeah. And you can only book that if you're staying. They only pick it up from the airport if you're staying club level. So it's an interesting.
That's such a fun first impression though. Like, what a way to start your trip.
I felt like a celebrity. I'm like, that's my name on a sign. Let's go. Like, come on. She's here for me. That was awesome.
Oh, that's so fun. Okay. So what did you guys think though? Like when you have your minivan experience and you're like flying high after that, you check in and then you get your room and everything. And then you go to the lounge. How VIP did you feel when you went in there?
Well, first of all, we have to scan our room key and our magic band to go upstairs. So we already felt exclusive, you know?
Yeah.
Because everybody else that was not on the 5th floor, we're like, you're going to the 4th floor. You know, we were just teasing everybody. But yeah, we went in and it was this good spread. I mean, ours was it was in the middle of the day, so it was snack time. And we were kind of looking through and I mean, they had, first of all, you could get mimosas at any time of the day. They had water bottles, which that saves you $6 a pop right there.
Yeah.
So that for us, and you can just take whatever you want. And then it was like a whole veggie spread, which we were really into that at that point. And then there were, I mean, like little lobster rolls and little crab cakes. And there was a seafood area, there was meat area, and this is just snack. So we were just
say, this is snack.
Yeah, this is snacks. We're like, is this going to taste good? It was fabulous. It was better than like the desserts were better than a dessert party. You know what I mean? Like it was all really well done. And they didn't cheap out on any of it.
Yeah, it was very fresh. Like I'm a Coca-Cola girl, true and true. I love that Disney serves Coke. So they have like a huge fridge of like Coke, Diet Coke, Coke Zero, which is my number one, and Dasani water. It was nice to it's hot and humid in Florida. So it was nice to come in there and get a nice crisp drink. And like you walk on the floor and they have like the cast members there and their computers and they're welcoming you. And they're like, anything you need, you let us know. I'm like, okay, luxury. Okay, all inclusive. I loved it. And the food was so fresh. And like me, as someone who is like on a lifestyle change, they had so much delicious, fresh food, good quality. 5-star. I'm not even exaggerating. It was really good. And at dinner, they even had like salmon and potatoes and bruschetta. And at breakfast, they had those cute little parfaits with the little honeycomb you can drizzle with the mini spoons. It was so good. And then they have the Mickey bars point in their own private fridge. They have alcohol, the Pog mimosas all day, every day. Let's go. And you know, I did. So
they have coffee, hot chocolate station. I mean, you can get all that, anything you want. It's just, there's only like 3 hours a day that's not available, but it's like breakfast, then snack, then lunch, then snack, then dinner, then dessert, snack. So it's ways.
They like open and reset and then open and reset for the different times a day.
And the front desk area, there's a whole front desk area. So if you needed towels, you tell them. If you need anything, I mean, whatever you need, you just tell them what you need. She even set a dining reservation for us while we were up there. So
yes, she did. So, and then I had like forgot my toothbrush and she had a toothbrush. I was like, thank you so much.
Yes.
So is it kind of like your own little front desk for the floor, and then are your rooms on the same level as the house? So it's really convenient to like go grab breakfast while you're trying to get ready.
Yeah, like we would literally wake up and go down there and eat and then come back into our room and get ready. It's very quiet. It's very private because you don't have the lobby and like no one can just come to your floor. So it's very VIP luxury feel. It's very nice.
Well, I guess that answers my next question of how would you rate the overall service provided by the concierge staff?
10 out of 10. Take my money.
11 out of 10. It kind of ruins you for the future. You want to have
so true.
You want to have VIP access all the time, and you feel you're like, "What? Where's my front desk? Like, what are we doing here?" Also, I thought it was cool because I have two littles. I have a 5 and a 6-year-old, 2 daughters, and they have a little area for kids with like little kid-sized tables and a TV set up, so the kids can kind of sit there and be kind of out of the way of the other adults, but they'll have interaction time. I thought that was neat too, that they cater to families and they have the alcohol for, if you're like, we were on a girls trip, so we were at a little different vibe than the family vibe, but they have all that kind of available for everyone.
I had clients who just got back and she texted me, she said, I don't know if I can ever not do this.
Yeah, we feel that.
Preach.
Just the 5th floor. So it's just those rooms that are club level.
At Beach Club, that's how it is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So which of all the amenities that you had, as you're saying, there are like so many, which one did you find most valuable, or which was, I guess, also, which was your favorite?
I mean, I love the dining just because it felt all inclusive and like we didn't even have to do the dining plan and we wouldn't even eat in the parks. We're like, oh, we'll just go back to the room and eat. And so I feel like that saved me personally like a ton of money. Like you said, a Dasani is like $6. We could have endless. We'd come back after the parks, go get some drinks and water and snacks and just snack at our room. Like, so that's a huge money saving tip, in my opinion, for the price that we got it for. And the minivan experience, like that just kicked off the whole vibe of the trip. That was super red carpet VIP feel for me.
Yeah, I was gonna say mine just simple, but it really was the waters, the drinks. I mean, stuff that you have to have. I mean, you can go get free water at Disney, obviously, and it's fine, but to have that, to be able to grab one or two on our way into the parks, on our way out, like just little things like that, having stuff in our room, not having to run to the vending machine. And like Leslie said earlier, the freshness of the food, we're all trying to be healthier. We're all trying to make good choices. And I really felt like we had really good options for if we wanted to splurge or if we wanted to maintain our health. You know what I mean? We had options for both. And there was options had gluten-free options you could request. I mean, there was just a lot of care taken into the whole process. And that matters to me when we go to Disney, all of us as agents, we go all the time. So anything that makes it feel just a little more elevated, it makes a big impact.
Yeah, the convenience was big for sure.
Were you able to like obviously I'm a big Diet Coke person, so could I take 2 or 3 Diet Cokes with me without getting in trouble? And could I
yes.
would they allow you to take like food and stuff out?
Yes. They
Yeah,
were like,
absolutely.
which one? Mm-hmm. They had snacks, grab and go snacks and fruit and things like that. And then they had the regular food. I mean, they had regular plates, but I mean, I feel certain they would have given you like a box if you wanted, like to take it. Like grab waters, hydrate yourself. Don't, take care of yourself. They were very much like that. And the snacks were good. I mean, we had like trail mix, like nut packs, and then like
Chips.
Chips and that kind of stuff. So I mean, it was good stuff. Then they had your average Doritos and candies, and we were laughing because all of the apples were like wrapped up in this paper with these little bows. We were like, well, these are special apples. So.
Some bougie apples up
They
in
really
here.
were. So that was funny.
So you said you had them get a dining reservation for you. Did you utilize any of the other like planning services by the concierge, or tell us about like your experience with that?
We asked them some of the park hours and things like that, just some of the days, just to get a clear grip on it. Since we had that fireworks dessert party, we even asked them like, hey, do we need to go ahead and get there early? How's that going to, just kind of talk to them. We kind of made friends wherever we went. So we enjoyed just kind of getting to know them and talking to them. And then like Leslie got some amenities, and I think we even got more towels sent up. I mean, really anything you would call for, we did that. But we hadn't booked in many reservations. And so we were going to be just kind of wandering around Beaches and Cream. So we just got them to set us up a reservation one night. And she just looked at it for us and let us look at all the times. And that was one of the big things because, you can't always get those. And she got it at Yachtsman Steakhouse. So it was pretty cool.
So she snuck you in, kind of.
I mean,
we gave her a week and she did it.
Are VIP.
I'm sure that they have to set some of those aside though for all the different club levels just to have.
Yeah, maybe so.
Yeah, we also had these really comfortable robes and like personalized slippers that say Beach Club, Yacht Club on them, and you get to take them home. So that was something different that I've never experienced after staying at several Disney resorts.
You get to take them home?
Yeah,
Not
girl,
the
I took them home.
The slippers, not the robes.
Just not the robes.
Yeah.
Sorry, yeah, just the slippers.
And Leslie lived in that robe. She wore it. to
She
get ready,
did. I
to
saw her
sleep.
stories.
All our videos, she had that robe on.
Snack time, self-care time.
There were many pictures of Leslie in the robe with her hair.
The robe was the main character, okay?
Yes.
So you said that you felt like you were like made friends with, a lot of the cast members that were there. Did you have any specific like memorable interaction that you had with them? Did you have anything that was like, I don't know, just like a funny story or something that happened?
I did not personally, but I did see them. There was a family with young kids and their room wasn't ready. So they got their luggage and they just kept it back there for them instead of making them go all the way back to the luggage area. And they were able to get food and drinks and they were playing with the kids and talking to them. And I think one of them was special needs and she was, down there, talking to the kids and really interacting. So, I mean, it wasn't really personal for us, but they were definitely going above and beyond for families, especially because, they were just kind of waiting around with kids, how hard that can be. So they're really making an extra effort for that.
Yeah. I mean, I would say like all the interaction we had, they were darling, like super sweet and attentive to anything we needed.
So when you're trying to sell someone on club level, why would you recommend staying club level? Or are there cases where you would say not to?
I mean, for me personally, because I've already talked to clients about it, I kind of sell it as like, it's an all-inclusive feel. So how often, you're wanting a dining plan, how often are you going to use it? Do you see yourself with littles going back to the room for nap time? Do you see yourself being in the resort to where you could benefit utilizing the club lounge to save money on that aspect? Do you want that all-inclusive feel, luxury type feel? It's quieter if you do have kids for nap time on the top floor. You don't have people, the lobby and more interactive noise going on. I just felt like it was super quiet and private, luxurious, all-inclusive VIP. And that's truly as a testament of me living it and doing it. I feel like I can really share my experience and that opens people's eyes.
Yeah, I sell it too. Well, I guess I'll start with the only time I wouldn't say it is if you're a rope drop and stay in the parks until park close. I would not recommend that because you're not utilizing it enough because the food is the main expense in as far as we can tell.
Mhm. Yeah.
So I think that would be the time maybe not to use it. But any other thing, I mean, I know I take my kids back every day for a nap because they can't hang till 10 unless they take a 2-hour nap, and a stroller nap is not a nap. So I would say any families, I just think it's more worth the cost to upgrade to a club level than to get a dining plan especially because kids don't eat dining plan amounts of food a lot of the time. And I love a dining plan. My family is big on food, but so we do a dining plan a lot. But I would say if I was going for a shorter trip or if I was going to be in the resort, things like that, I just think the food is as good as any restaurant you're going to come across at Disney World. And that's how Beach Club was, but we've talked to several other people that have done it at Grand Floridian or Polynesian, and they've said the same thing, that the food is just fabulous. So I would almost always throw it in there. Hey, let's look at this option because like Leslie said earlier, with that discount, we saved money doing it. And if you're going to pay a price anyway, and you can get a promo and get a club level and have all those perks for about what you were going to pay anyway, then like go for it, So I think a lot of times people shy away from club level. So they're around to be snagged. If you just know a travel agent who can get it.
Exactly.
Shameless plug.
That's a really good point that you just made especially about littles and using the dining plan. They don't always, depending on your kids, they're not going to eat a ton, when you at the different restaurants, depending on where you are. And they would have the ability to kind of graze or snack on whatever they wanted and get enough without you spending basically, $50 or whatever it is on their meal, depending on the type of meal or the place that you go. It's sometimes that's a tough pill to swallow as a parent whenever you go and you spend so much money, on a buffet or whatever it is to get that experience, and they don't eat anything, or they eat like a plate of mac and cheese and that's it. And you're just like, oh gosh.
Right, because that in 30 minutes after that meal, they're going to want a Mickey bar, and you can just run over to club level in the lounge and grab it. So and if they don't eat all of it, it's okay because you didn't just pay $6 for it. So
yeah, and they did have the Uncrustables, which are really popular with kids, in the club lounge as well. So I feel like they could cater to children in that aspect. There was fresh fruit, there was Uncrustables, there was Mickey bars. And like, honestly, some of the food I had at dinner time was better than most Disney restaurants on site. And I've eaten at almost every Disney restaurant. So that's saying a lot. I was really impressed.
So I know that some club levels have like special viewing areas for fireworks. Does the beach club have like a special viewing area of the Epcot?
I mean, we could see the ball from our room. We could see Spaceship Earth from our room, but I don't recall seeing a special viewing area.
I think you could, you can kind of see it. There's so many places around Beach Club and Yacht Club and Boardwalk that you can see it. So they didn't tell us about that, if there is anything. So
not like Wilderness Lodge or Grand California where it's like, this is the spot.
Yeah. Because I look out the window a lot. I'm a very observant person. I kind of look for those things. I would say no.
That's just a hard area in general because of where their nighttime
the
show
locations.
is kind of,
yeah.
Did you guys feel like there was anything that could be improved upon? Like, was there anything that you felt like maybe, they could do better at that?
I mean, for me personally, it was pretty sweet of a deal and experience. My only pet peeve, just to keep it real, was when they would close the lounge in between and we might miss it. Like, we'd run down there to get like a drink and have our hopes up on a snack. And they're like, oh, sorry, it's closed temporarily because we're switching in between meals. That was the only negative thing I could say about the whole experience, which I understand they have to close to kind of reset. But I mean, that's the only thing personally for me. Everything else was like 5-star.
I think maybe if you're used to that treatment all the time and it wasn't it was special for us. I mean, we're all, we're all a bit younger, so we're still making our wealth, but I think if you were used to staying in these crazy fabulous places all the time and you always had club level, then sure, maybe you could impress upon it. But I don't know. I think it would hold its own with any other kind of resort perks. And they post the schedule for when they're going to close. And so, but I don't know. I guess we should have written it down, but it was kind of like we wanted to walk.
We were learning the new VIP life, okay?
Yeah, I would agree with Leslie. We were bummed whenever we couldn't go, partake, but we had no problem like resting for an hour and waiting. It was never more than an hour. So,
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree with Leslie on that.
We just had to go back to peasant life for an hour and then we were fine.
Terrible.
It was fine.
I think that's all of our questions we have. So thank you so much for sharing your experience. Why don't you? Yeah, I know. Me too. I need to figure out how to talk my husband into this for the whole family. Why don't you tell everybody where they can find you, like your socials?
So my main one is Fantastical Vacations by LJ, which stands for Leslie Jenkins. And I'm really active on Instagram. I do have a Facebook as well, Fantastical Vacations by LJ, but you'll always find me on Instagram. You can DM me. Yeah, I'm on there all the time, all day, every day.
Mine is Fantastical Vacations by Lindsay with an A, Lindsay. That's my Facebook. And then I'm more active on Facebook. And then Instagram is Castles and Coastlines Travel. And that's also my website. So castlesandcoastlinestravel.com. That's kind of where the website is really where I post a lot more or where I have more information. But you can get to any of that through my socials.
Awesome. All right. Okay. We're going to do a little lightning round. I'll ask a question and then you both can answer it and then we'll go from there. So what is your most memorable place you've ever traveled to?
I'll go because I just got back from an Adventures by Disney to Greece. And
oh my gosh, I'm so
talk about
jealous.
luxury. I could not have planned that trip better myself. And I'm a good travel agent. So that was that. And then, you go and they plan it all for you. You have, exclusive rooms and just like everything is beautiful and everything is planned and things I never would have thought to do or even had access to without Adventures by Disney. So Greece, I mean, those people are doing it right. That's a good place.
Well, we might have to have you back to talk about ABD. So
yeah, I could talk about that forever. I think everybody should experience that.
Oh, very fun. And Leslie, you said Belize?
Yeah, Belize. I've traveled a lot in the last 10 years and Belize really struck me just because the water is so beautiful. I would find myself like daydreaming looking into the water for like hours. It was so beautiful. Like not even exaggerating. I've never seen water so clean.
Do you have a favorite Disney destination or theme park?
Disneyland is where it's at, in my opinion. Yes. I really like Disneyland. I've been to Disney World like 20 plus times. I love you, Disney World. I've been to Disneyland once. They invited me out for a social media trip at Christmas like 2 or 3 years ago. Rocked my world. Like, love it.
I think mine is I love Magic Kingdom. I just when I turn that corner on Main Street and see the castle, I mean, I'm just a princess through and through. So Magic Kingdom I went there when I was 6 months old, so I haven't stopped yet.
So do you have a favorite ride?
You go.
I'm like, yeah, who goes first? I think both of ours is Guardians of the Galaxy. We rode it like 6 times.
I know, it's so good.
But before Guardians came along, I'm a big Tower of Terror fan. I love everything about that one.
Mine's Mount Everest, like best ride ever in my opinion.
So we got the big rides coming out.
Yeah.
Everest is my 11-year-old's favorite.
Go big, go home, baby. I'm all about that thrill life.
Well, that one's rough though. You can only do it once or twice in a row though. I mean, you can, but
that break right at the end, right before you get into the station where it's like, I wasn't ready for that.
Going backwards, like, it takes your breath away going down forward and then take you backwards on, oof.
I know what you mean. Like it's over and you're like all pumped up and then it's like whiplash. I'm like, yeah, every time.
You love that. You love that.
I know I do, but
she loves the thrill.
Do you guys have a favorite character? And if you need to break this down into categories, you may.
I'm a Belle girl. Always have been, always will be. Beauty and the Beast. It's always had my heart. I mean, I grew up watching Ariel, Little Mermaid, so she's probably a really close second. But she's my girl. She's my ride or die.
Ariel's mine forever, all the time. Her movie came out the year I was born, like from day one.
Have a favorite villain?
Maleficent. She's like the meanest, but I don't know. She's just, I need my villains to be villainous, I love it.
But she's also like, if you like the actual OG Maleficent in Sleeping Beauty, she's also hilarious. Like,
yes.
She just cannot deal with all the ding dongs around her.
She's basically all of us. She just went with it. She's not trying to be good all the time. She's insecure. She's, she's got a story. She didn't get invited to the party and she can't handle it. That's how we all are. We just don't, create spinning wheels and stuff.
I don't per se have like a favorite villain. I think I love to hate all of them just because they do their job so well. They do what their story is meant to do.
I feel that. Do you have a favorite meal, snack, drink, or restaurant that is always must do while you're in the parks?
For me, it's Ohana, just because it's a family tradition. We've been doing it since, honestly, as long as I can remember, is character breakfast at Ohana. The food is awesome, but we have so many great pictures and memories with all the characters, and it's a good time for us.
I'm not a breakfast person, so mine is Topolino's Terrace for dinner. Everything about the Riviera is just fabulous, and
For sure.
Every bite that any of us had, and there were 7 of us, and every bite was amazing, even the kids' food. So that's what I need. I need some luxury food if I'm paying luxury prices.
Yeah.
Amen.
Do you have a favorite resort? And this can be one you've stayed at or one you like to visit, and it can be Disney. It can be like a all-inclusive somewhere.
Disney, like Grand Floridian with the remodel. Let's go. Take my money. Sign me up. Call me.
We'll see you there. But
like in March, I got to go. Disney invited me on a trip there, and it was red carpet. I legit cried whenever I walked into the room. Like, no exaggeration. Just the details in the mirror, the chandelier, the pillows, the trim, the wallpaper. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, they look beautiful.
Mine is Riviera. I just think it's my style, that modern glam. I just love it. That's at Disney. And then Aulani, we went there, and I mean, it's like the outdoor bathrooms are fabulous. Everything about it. Everything about the culture fits perfectly, and then it is so luxurious. Like, I think that one's beautiful in Hawaii. I love that one.
All right, last question. Bucket list trip or destination?
I really want to go to Disneyland Paris or Tokyo. That would be a big, probably Paris for sure. I've always wanted to go to Paris. The old Gossip Girl days, Blair's after my heart. So I've always wanted to go to Paris, never had the opportunity. And I'm like, I would definitely want to go Disneyland Paris.
I guess since we've crossed off a lot of the European countries. So those have been just out of this world. But I think right now I want to do something. I really want to go to South Africa and do some of those just safari, like the real ones, like Kilimanjaro safari at Animal Kingdom is legit, but I want to go be immersed and just kind of see something that I'm completely uncomfortable with and kind of see how that is. I don't know. There's way more than America. I got to get out there.
I was going to say, I feel like you took several bucket list trips recently.
I mean, we have just decided we're going to throw all our money at traveling. And we do travel for our kids' trips. We don't do birthdays anymore. That's really important to us now to see the world. So we're doing it.
I love that.
Awesome. We love it. Well, thank you guys so much for being on. Like, seriously, you're a ball to have on. We love it. Your energy is amazing. And you guys have to come back on again.
Just say when, girl.
Okay. Because this was so fun. I love to laugh, and you guys were cracking me up.
We're best friends forever, so
Roomies.
We might call you and be like, hey, let's do like Holly bungalow or something.
Yeah, y'all gotta crash with us. We'll just crash parties in
Ring,
February.
ring, hello. Yes, I'm here. Let's do it.
We have been talking about trying to get a group together to do one of the bungalows just so that it splits it up a little bit.
That would
And
be so cool.
How fun would that be? Oh my god.
Research, you have to, you know?
And club level too, right?
If we're go big, go home, right?
I mean, I can't not be club level anymore. So
Yeah, and you guys have seriously sold me, so I'm gonna be on the lookout because the fact that you were able to get that deal.
that was
Yeah,
an insane deal.
That was all Leslie. I give her all props for that.
Thanks, girl. I'm looking out always.
I know they're there.
She's a good one in your corner.
I almost snagged Grand Californian club level, but we decided too late for our Disneyland trip that we just got back on. So I know they're out there.
Oh yeah.
Be quick with it.
Do you like Disneyland Hotel or Grand Californian more? I don't know. I thought to ask questions, but do you like Disneyland Hotel or Grand Californian better at Disneyland? It's so hard. I know. I've stayed at both and I can't even pick.
I've never stayed at the Grand, but the location cannot be beat.
Yes, I was about to say that.
The Disneyland, there's something pretty special about it, but it's more of a hike. Unless the monorail is open, like it's just, I don't know. That I walked in the Grand Californian lobby while my family was on Grizzly River, and I like changed my daughter and sat there and was back through security before they were off the ride and before my rider switch was up. So it's like, how do you you can't beat that.
Fabulous. It was fabulous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very VIP. Like I stayed there the one time I went, and yeah, you just walk downstairs and you go right to the park. Like hello, or downtown Disney, and it blew my mind. I couldn't get over the convenience. It's like, this is first class right here.
All right. Well, I think that is all we have.
Thank you for having us.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And thank you everybody for listening. And we will chat with you all next week. Bye. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Wanderlust and Wishes.
If you enjoyed today's episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave us a review on your favorite podcast platform.
And remember, the world is full of wonders waiting to be explored. Until next time, happy travels.
Bye for now.